Our Bible reading for today is in Matthew chapter 18, starting verse 10. See that you do not look down on one of these little ones, for I tell you that their angels in heaven always see the face of my Father in heaven. What do you think? If a man owns 100 sheep and one of them wanders away, will he not leave the 99 on the hills and go back to look for the one that wandered off? And if he finds it, I tell you the truth, he is happier about that one sheep than about the 99 that did not wander off. In the same way, your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should be lost. Praise be to God. We are still dun sa question ng mga disciples na who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So Jesus is now answering them sa lifestyle ng kingdom doon sa community. So doon sa chapter 5 to 7, again, ang sinabi natin is it is a part of a phase na sinulat ni Matthew na tungkol doon sa principles of the kingdom or principles of the kingdom living. And then merong part naman doon sa chapter 10 is about the parables, yung mga tungkol sa principle din tungkol sa kingdom, at Jesus used the parables. And Jesus took advantage of this question, who among you is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? So sabi natin is kumuha siya ng bata at pinatayo sa harapan sa gitna ng mga disciples, and Jesus was teaching them a lesson. Ang first lesson na tinuro sa kanila is about humility, and then secondly is about sensitivity. Ngayon, ang tinuturo naman ni Jesus is about compassion. Okay? So, ang sinabi niya is, see that you do not look down on one of these little ones. Hindi mo raw minamaliit. Every one of us in the church is so important. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman, walang least doon sa miyembro ng simbahan. Everyone is so important. So, as a pastor, it is my desire to see every members of the church that they come together as a church and worshiping together na walang absent. Hindi dahil sa sasabihin natin, ay nako, si pastor kaya naman gusto kasi para tumaas ang attendance, o kaya naman statistics lang ang habol, o kaya naman is para malaki ang collection ng offering. No. Ang habol natin is that everyone is growing together as a church, and we can say that ang success ng isang pastor, ang happiness ng isang pastor is when he see all his members serving the Lord, at lahat ay actively involved in the kingdom at walang missing, ika nga. So, ang sabi ni Jesus is this, kung meron daw isa na nawala, okay, ano ang gagawin ng shepherd? Babalik siya sa bundok, hahanapin niya, iiwanan niya yung 99 until such time he found that one. So, ang sabi ni Jesus is, this is the same principles that our Father is also teaching to us. It is the heart of the Father, ang sabi niya, in the same way your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should be lost. Sinabi natin yung little ones, hindi lang nagre-refer doon sa literally na bata, but in the kingdom it could also mean yung a believer, a newly converted Christian, or new believer in the kingdom, na siya ay hindi pa spiritually mature, siya ay spiritually immature pa. And wag sanang may stumble, at kung may cause na siya ay nawala, ang role ng isang shepherd is hanapin. Ang role ng simbahan ay hanapin siya. Kasi kinakailangan ibalik siya dun sa fold. Because kinakailangan mag-grow din siya spiritually. And it requires compassion. Okay? Kinakailangan meron tayong compassion. So it is not just a work of a pastor. It is a work of every member of the church, na kapag may nawalang ganito, hindi maatin si ganito, it is our all responsibility to look for that person. At sabi natin, bumalik ka na sa fold, at bumalik ka na sa church, bumalik ka na sa ministry, bumalik ka na sa Panginoon. So we encourage them to continue with their journey. Okay, bakit? Kasi mahalaga rin si Jesus, o mahalaga kay Jesus ang bawat isa sa atin. every one of us, ang bawat isa sa atin, every one of us have been purchased. Okay? Lahat tayo ay binili. Ang bawat isa sa atin ay binili ng dugo ni Jesus. Remember this, each one of us is important to us or important to God because we are all purchased by the blood of Jesus. The same blood that was shed on you is the same blood that was shed doon sa mga baby Christian, and they need also to grow spiritually. So that's why sabi ni Lord is kapag ka daw nakita yung isang nawawala, sino ang mas masaya? Yung shepherd. So the same thing with our Father. The happiest person in heaven is our Father when we go back to God and we go back to Him, and we take back the lost brethren from the church. Okay, na ibalik natin yung kapatiran na nawala sa simbahan. Gustong-gusto ng Panginoon yan na mababalik lahat. So nawa ay meron kayo natutunan at ang challenge sa bawat isa sa atin. Let's look for the brethren na nawawala. So yung sinasabing lost sheep dito ay hindi yung unbeliever, kung hindi yung believer na hindi na naging active at hindi na nagpa-participate doon sa kingdom at hindi na nabubuhay doon sa kingdom. Okay, so I pray na tayo ay ma-challenge to look for someone na nawala doon sa kingdom and they have already tasted the goodness of God. Let's bring them back because they need to go back to God. So, God bless you. Nawa ay may natutunan kayo sa ating pag-aaral ng salita ng Diyos.